What's up, YouTube? Happy coming to you, Captain Awesome's garage. Know what I'm saying? But did the Q&A video, but I'm gonna redo it because I got another question that I want to let y'all know I'm gonna make a video about because it's a really, really good question. All right, really good question. That's gonna be a video tomorrow, but let's go ahead and get started here. I'm out in the garage because I don't smoke in my house, people, but Stillski's Aqua World asked, long question, but basically has a 4-gallon tank. He wants to know what kind of fish he could get, how many, no live food. What about shrimps and snails? Let's see, what kind of plants, substrate, DIY CO2, because, you know, some of us, you know, need to start off with DIY CO2 just to get the hang of it and stuff like that. And let's see, plants shouldn't need special light. Well, I'm going to start off by saying that with a 4-gallon tank, you're really limited. So what you want to do is you want to go on Google, type in different species of microfish, and do it that way. And inside a 4-gallon tank, you really want to minimize the amount of fish that you keep in it. It's really small volume of water. So you're talking about, you know, having a really hard time keeping your water parameters up and stuff like that. And sorry I don't have a shirt on, people. It's really hot in Texas. I know a lot of y'all up in Washington talking about 80 degrees is hot. People down here, it gets like 110, 112 degrees. So a cool day for us is 80 degrees. But, you know, Google microfish, see what you're working with, see what you can get inside your area. Because I know that you're in Denmark, so you know you definitely want to check out what you can get inside your area here or there. And as far as shrimps and snails, you know, you can do shrimps or snails in a 4-gallon tank. That would actually be a better idea than you know, trying to find a small fish species that would go and thrive in a 4-gallon tank. Now, as far as plants are concerned, plants that you can use a light on that, you know, basically comes with a tank, or, you know, one of those just regular fluorescent bulbs that, you know, you're not getting a lot of watts per gallon. You know, do Java fern, Anubias would be a great decision. Just look up low light plants. You know, just go into low light plants. As far as a substrate, you know, if you want to stay on your cheapest route, get some pea gravel, get you some root tabs, and hook it up that way. Just make sure your substrate, you know, well, unless you go with the Java fern and Anubias, because you really can't plant the rhizomes inside of the substrate. So you know, just depend. I mean, look up low light plants, low to medium light plants, and go from there. Get your substrate inside your 4-gallon tank at least 1.5 to 2 inches, and you're not going to want to, you know, just completely bombard that tank with plants. But you know, you can make it nice. You can make it nice. So if you want to go the cheapest route, you know, get you some pea gravel. That really small gravel. I don't know if I have an example of it out here. I don't. But you know, get that. Make it about 1.5 to 2 inches thick. Plant your plants. You know, get you a nice piece of driftwood even, or you could maximize space inside of your 4-gallon tank. And sorry, I just got a text message from my boy Forrest. We're talking about some foods and stuff, but maximize space. Just throw a little substrate in there, get you some Java fern, get you some Anubias, get you a nice piece of little driftwood, and hook it up that way. That'd be nice. A little shrimp tank with some snails crawling around. Get you some assassin snails. Get you some of those neurite snails, or I don't remember how they're called, but and as far as CO2. On that small of a system, you can do DIY CO2. Just type in DIY CO2 on Google, and pick a recipe like that. But be really careful in that small volume of water when you're doing DIY CO2, because you could really gas that small water volume really quickly. And if you're doing low to medium light plants, all plants need CO2, but with your surface agitation and stuff like that, I wouldn't even recommend doing DIY CO2 in a 4-gallon tank. Especially if you're doing low to medium light plants. Generally those types of plants are really hardy. Java fern, Anubias, I've grown those for years without CO2 added to the tank. Just get you a bottle of Flourish Excel and dose dose a carbon source that way. That's what I would recommend on that small water volume. This is kind of deja vu, but I think I answered a question like this before. I'm not completely sure. I could be wrong on that. But anyways, Viha Madness asks, filters and dehumidifiers in the fish room. Thinking that he's asking for my take on them. Filters are an absolute must in a fish room. I assume you're talking about aquarium filters when you ask that. You definitely need a filter on any tank that you're running, but if you're talking about like a room filter, say like one of those deionizers or something like that, you really don't have to do that. Now, it's a good idea to do it because it can keep mold from growing. That you really can keep mold from growing with those deionizers. Almost knocked my iPad off the car, but you can really do that. As far as dehumidifiers, if you have quite a few tanks inside of a fish room, you definitely want a dehumidifier. I do not run a dehumidifier in my room right now. Inside my fish room, and I'll tell you why is because I just haven't gotten around to buying one. But what I do to combat the humidity inside of my fish room is I leave the door to the fish room open. It kind of dissipates the humidity out of that room. Now, of course, it still does stay a little humid, a little more humid for my liking. But every day when I get home, I open my window a few inches, probably about like that, and I deal with it that way. I have had condensation on my windows, and some water pool up a little bit, but after I've kind of figured it out, a way to combat it without a dehumidifier, it's working, but I'm still getting condensation, guys. Dehumidifiers are a must in a fish room. You can get away with it for a while, but pretty soon you'll start growing mold inside of your walls. You'll definitely start to, break down the sheetrock inside of your fish room, unless it was specifically built to be a fish room. Inside my new fish room, I am gonna have a dehumidifier, a beast dehumidifier that could probably dehumidify half of my 2,000 square foot house. It's gonna be beastly because I'm gonna have a lot of water running through that room. It's worth it. So, see, DJ Bachigu asked, what's my take on API Melifix. Any of y'all that have watched my videos for a while, you know that's one of the only medications that I'll even think about using. I hardly ever medicate my fish. Water changes and tank and filter maintenance, you shouldn't have any problems as long as you quarantine the new fish that you bring in your fish room, and you quarantine and or dip the new plants coming in your fish room. If you do that, you know, with regular maintenance and water changes, guys, you're not really going to have an outbreak of something. I mean, fish generally carry the diseases that you treat for anyway. They carry immunity to it. It's just when they get really stressed out or live in terrible conditions where you have ammonium nitrite in your tank, or for an extended period of time, or if your nitrates go above and stay above, 40 to 80 ppm for extended periods of time, you're definitely going to, cause some problems. Hole in the head, lateral line erosion, the most common ick. There's gill flukes, roundworms. There's a lot of different species of roundworms, guys. There are some harmless roundworms where you just buy a gourami, and that'll clear up your problem that way. So Melifix is it's a great product. It's a natural product. It works. It's fairly priced, and it's just a great product. A great product anyway. A lot of the people I know here on YouTube, a lot of my buddies around me, they swear by Melifix just as I do. So it's a great medication if you need to use it. I don't recommend medicating fish as soon as you see a problem. That's where a lot of people go wrong inside this hobby. They see their fish missing, a couple scales with a ripped fin or something. They automatically jump on fin rot, or just some other just blasphemy of illness. So don't jump to conclusions and just start medicating your fish, especially when you don't know what the problem is. Obviously, if you have some telltale signs of fin rot, then yeah, you need to quarantine the fish and start treating it. Don't treat the entire tank. Take the infected fish out and treat it that way. But don't ever just start medicating a fish just because they're acting a little funny or something like that. Really spend time with your fish, get to know their habits, get to know their personalities and stuff like that, and you'll be good to go, and you'll know when your fish is actually in need of medication. Okay, so that concludes Q&A Friday on a Saturday. However, Epic Cichlid 2013, or Epic Cichlids 2013, I may have mistyped that. He asked, is algae considered an underwater plant? Does it photosynthesize, and does it take oxygen away from the water like other aquatic plants? This is the question I told y'all about near the beginning of the video that I'm going to make one video for. It's going to have its own video. That was a very, very good question, and I think it's definitely worthy of a topic-related video. So I'm going to make that video tomorrow. Y'all may be surprised. There's a lot of cool things about algae. There's a lot of cool things about single-celled organisms. There's a lot of cool things about bacterias, which all have to do with this question. So definitely stay tuned for that. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Man 316. Y'all will see at the end of this video. Stay tuned to the end, guys. There's something cool I'm going to show y'all, not while I'm talking inside this video, but an added video clip. So I want to give a shout out to him. Y'all will see why. I also want to give a shout out to Forrest, CichlidMan09. Dude, I'm loving that Passionis. I mean, it's a badass fish, you know. I wish the other ones would have made it, but, you know, that Passionis is a beast. I cannot wait to get that planted tank up and, you know, get them rolling in there. Definitely going to be a centerpiece. That's for damn sure. But with that said, guys, hope y'all enjoyed Q&A Friday on Saturday. I think it's still Saturday. Oh, damn. 12:55. I'm sorry. Q&A Friday. That's supposed to be on a Saturday, but it's on a Sunday. They'll start coming on time soon, guys. I really do apologize about that. If y'all wonder what I'm looking at, I keep looking at my time up here in this corner. Wow. But, yeah, so either way, I answered some questions, and I'm sorry they're late. Yeah, so this is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And guys, send me in some questions. You know, send me in some questions, hard questions, easy questions, you know, newbie questions, expert questions. I don't care. I'll answer them because, like I say in every video, I promise you there's at least 100 other people that want to know the same thing you do. So, you know, don't ever think that any question is a dumb question, okay? Don't ever think that. And be sure to check out my contest video, guys. You know, I've gotten a couple entries in so far, but you know, I'm not getting the turnout that I'm expecting. You know, it's an easy contest. The prizes are great. And you know, a lot of us make videos at least once a week, so why not make a video where you can win something? The title of the video that you want to see, I uploaded in April. The title of it is Contest Time with Captain Awesome. Make sure you check it out. Like I said, it's an awesome contest. It's an easy contest. You know, I'll go out as far as to say that if you don't enter it, you're lazy. Okay, if you already have the prize that I'm offering, it's a renewable service. Just remember that. Go check out the video so you can see what the prizes are, how easy the contest is, and be sure to enter. I need a video response to Contest Time with Captain Awesome's video. And if you cannot do a video response, then be sure to inbox me to let me know that you uploaded a contest video. Otherwise, I won't know it's there, guys. So, yeah, went off on a tangent. Make sure you go check out that enter my contest. Make sure you check out Mr. Man 316's channel, and be sure to check out CichlidMan09's channel, guys. With that said, again, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what y'all are thinking, and I'm out. All right, YouTube, here it is. This is going to be at the end of, well, is at the end of today's Q&A video. This is the double stand that I had to get the rest of the screws for, as you can see here. This is Mr. Man 316 style, so shout out to him. Hooked me up pretty fat. I didn't mean to have these extra things at the top like his stand did, but that's okay. It gives me room to add another shelf if I want. But as you can see, we have the 2x6 supports right here. Those are on all four corners, and that's to support the top rack. And then the bottom rack has a 10-inch, all four corners. To bring it 10 inches, well actually it's 16 inches off the ground, almost 16 inches because of the 2x6 here. What I'm thinking about doing is, because I have so many 2x4s, is actually instead of using plywood, is kind of making like a bench style rest on there, not side by side, but you know, probably like an inch, maybe 2 inches apart. 2x4, inch 2 inches, 2x4, inch 2 inches, 2x4. Y'all get what I'm saying. And do that on the top and the bottom. That way it'll give me room to, run my bulkheads through it or run my drains through it or whatever else. I'm still playing with, what I want to use to top this. I may use like, plywood to cover all but about 6 inches from the back. That way I can run tubing out of the back, or I might be doing the 2x4 thing. I think I might go with the plywood because that way it's it won't sit up so much higher. And what's going to go on this bottom shelf here is actually the 140. The 140 is going to go on this bottom shelf, and then up on this top shelf is going to be the 120. So there it is, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed Q&A Friday on Saturday again, but is what it is. And let me know what y'all think. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Peace.